You know the kind of game you play it once and you instantly regret it because you realize how addicted you're going to be to it? That's exactly what Population 1 was for me. I gotta admit, I've been staying away from Population 1 for a while because it just seems intimidating. I wasn't really looking forward to trying out this game, but it was suggested to me that I should, so I did. And that's why I'm bringing you 4 reasons why you shouldn't avoid this game, and 2, why you should play it on the Quest 3. First, you should get this game on the Quest 3 because the Quest 3 has a major advantage. I play a lot of games like Warplanes, World War I fighters, where whenever your planes and stuff get real far away from you, you suddenly, on the Quest 2, have a lot lower advantage of being able to see your enemies. When I got the Quest 3, I noticed that it was a lot easier to see a further distance simply because it's not as fuzzy, so there's more clarity in distance. Population 1 was no different. I noticed that I could see these tiny little people running in the distance, which, by the way, in this game, they don't have name tags above their heads like they do in other games so that you can see where they are. Only your teammates do, and only when they're close. The enemies are no different than if you look down your street and see people. The farther they are away, the harder it is to see them. So it really helps to have a nice crystal clear headset like the Quest 3 to be able to see those really distant enemies. Because there's snipers out there, and although there's a lot of kids that play the game, there's a lot of very experienced adults that play the game too. With the Quest 3 I had no lag issues or anything of that nature. The second reason isn't really Quest 3 focused, but I would recommend you get this game regardless of what system you have because of the community. I've seen things in reviews and heard different people say that the community wasn't that great, there was people you should look out for. I have a feeling that's probably a rare instance. I played many matches of this game and didn't have any trouble at all. There were kids, but the kids were nice and kind. There were adults. The adults were helpful and constantly showing you what to do and how to do it and had no problems with it whatsoever.
Take this blue, right here. Shake it.
I actually made 2 friends just playing it for a short while. Community's a big deal for me because of other games that I play like Warplanes. The community's fantastic and it's hard to beat. If you're looking for a great game that also has a great community, I would recommend playing games like Warplanes or Population 1, which I now discovered isn't quite as scary or as intimidating as I thought it was. Which brings me to point number 3. One of the reasons this game wasn't intimidating was because it was kind of easy. And when I say easy, I don't mean it wasn't challenging. The first thing that happens when you get in the game is they put you in a training mode. And the training mode instantly had me excited for what was ahead. They show you how to use consumables like eating bananas. They show you how to use guns. And I really like how you have to not just load the magazine, you have to rack the slide or the bolt, whatever kind of gun you have. I had no idea you could pick up something called resources and you could build walls. Like you could just kind of surround yourself with walls. The walls do get shot and blown up, but that was really helpful to be able to strategize. The one thing I discovered though is that when you have a wall, it kind of tells people that you're over there because the stuff you build looks different from the rest of the stuff in the game. Climbing was extremely simple. You just reach out and you grab the wall and you start climbing like you're climbing a ladder, only it doesn't matter where you grab, you're not going to miss a rung, you just keep going. And one of the reasons that climbing is so beneficial, besides the obvious sniping, this game has flying. It's really actually gliding, but you can climb up a tower if you want, and you can glide to another area. Or you can use the gliding to scope up. In one of the matches I played, I glid straight to this huge tower in the center, thinking there was going to be something awesome on top. Well, I was wrong, there wasn't. Apparently that's a common mistake people make whenever they get to that map.
Ain't nothing up there, bro. Ain't nothing up there.
Oh, man. But nevertheless, when I got up there and realized I didn't need to be up there, I jumped off and flew. I watched and figured out where the other team was and where I should go to get weapons and how I could sneak up on them and kill them. It worked amazingly. The shooting was really easy, whether you're using a single handgun or one that you hold in both hands. And any issues that I did have where I kind of couldn't figure out what to do, I just asked a fellow player, and like I said earlier, they didn't have any issues with helping me. The game has shields where you can basically double your health like mini shooter games, and they also have backpacks where you can carry more if you're wearing a backpack. And the fourth and final reason you should definitely play this game is another Quest 3 reason. The Quest 3 is expensive. This game is completely free to play. That means that after you spend all that money on your expensive Quest 3, which is the biggest thing people have trouble with, which by the way, I don't think the Quest 3 is that expensive for what you're getting. But that's a side note. You don't have to spend any money on this game. A game that has pretty decent graphics, is very easy to play, but yet challenging enough to keep you coming back, and the community's great, Not to mention, it's a ton of fun. I don't know why I held off from playing this game for so long. I was really scared of it. I thought that the community was going to be mean. I thought it was going to be really hard, you know, with all the shooting and all that, especially in VR, because when I shoot in VR, my hands tend to kind of, you know, shake a little bit more than they would in real life because there's no weight to the guns, but none of that bothered me. I had a lot of fun. Nobody had any trouble if I wasn't any good. They didn't care. Of course, I got pretty decent pretty quick, figured out how to play this specific game. So if you have any concerns about that, like I said, the ease of use, you're going to be playing this game not like a pro in no time, but not like a noob in no time. I love that there are always people on this game to play with. That was one of the biggest benefits. If you've been like me and intimidated by this game, hopefully I've encouraged you to get out there and give it a try because it's simple, it's fun, there's a great community. Until then, go ahead and watch this video. I mean, you're not doing anything else. Just click it. Right there.